if anybody's here yet, but we're getting fired up here. Starting off the stream. I have to send myself the link on my Facebook real quick so that I can watch the chat on my phone, because I can't really figure out how to work OBS very well. So, give me 2 seconds and I will return to the chat. Scratching my nose. Alright. Let's fire this up. Very nice. Okay, cool. Gotta open her in the app. Go back to OBS. Yeah, what's up, gang? Return of the King. Thank you for the goat stuff. Hello, Mr. Oakley. Hello, friend. Alright. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody feeling good? Feeling good about where our teams are at and all that? Whoa. Please let me know if either the music is too loud or my speaking is too loud, because I didn't really get to balance it to a level that I would really like. But regardless, we're gonna play some songs. So first off, I gotta get the filter going here. That's not what I want. I want the sort. Yeah. Alright, so let's go by charter here. My girlfriend's telling me that I need to be louder. It's the first time she said that. Ah! Music sounds a little louder than you, but it's probably okay. Okay, cool. I'll bump my sound a little bit. There. We'll go with that, and then we'll take the music down. Great. Alright, we'll go with that for now. We'll see how it goes. But I have to go to the charts by good old Mickelraven, because Mickelraven did a bunch of NHL songs, like songs from various NHL soundtracks, and charted them into Clone Hero, which I think is really cool. I like that a lot. So, I don't know. What are we thinking? We'll play. This is off NHL 13. It's the one with Claude Giroux. I always like this song. This band has a couple good albums. Oh, and as you'll probably realize, I'm fine at Clone Hero. We are back on the YouTube hockey streams, and we're back with Clone Hero of all things. I always really liked NHL 13. It's kind of hard to go back to, because I was playing a lot of NHL 08 on these streams, where the play isn't very, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's, like, accurate to hockey, but everybody's so fast and flying around that as a game it's still pretty fun. But NHL 13, it's kind of hard to come back to because everybody moves around like boats on the ice. Like, it's really hard to turn. I think that's the game where they added, like, if you press the right trigger or R2 or whatever, you could skate backwards. Which I always thought was cool until it got broken. That's how it goes. Oh, and it famously had GM connected. I don't know if it was the first game with GM connected, but it was one of them. And I always really wanted to do GM connected, but all my friends I played hockey with didn't really like professional hockey that much. They just liked to play hockey. Which, cool. Me too. But I would like ask them about like, oh, did you see like the Penguins game, or did you see the big trade or whatever? And they'd be like, no, I don't really. Like they'd go to games and stuff, but nothing crazy. But I remember Pat Dwyer was a goat on my ultimate team. What do you think will be my next non-most hated video? Oh, that is a good question. So right now, I am writing a Penguins series pretty intensely. I also have an a 2020 playoffs revisited video that I'm working on. It's been a lot longer than I thought it would be, so but yeah, that turned out to be a much longer video than I thought it would be, the 2020 retrospective, which I think it'll be cool to go back, because there's a lot of things you see. Sorry, I'm being told to turn myself up some more, so I will do that. I'll turn the music down. But yeah, you look around the league in 2020, and it's strange, because there's a lot of people kicking around the league that you would not think would still be kicking around in 2020, like Dan Hamhuis and stuff. How many players Carolina lost, and if their cup window is over. I wouldn't say their cup window is over. I think they're still a good team at their core, but I do think they're starting to head toward late period Capitals situation, where they're not going to be as good as they were at their very peak. Losing Gensel hurts. That's a big loss, and there was some thought that they would get Stamkos. That obviously didn't happen. But speaking of Stamkos, I have no idea what Nashville is doing. I think that is crazy. Just that's talk about NHL syndrome. Just adding every guy that you possibly can in free agency. And I'd rather lose players in free agency, honestly, than shell out everything I know and love to get a bunch of kind of older guys. Like, and I love Marchessault, I love Stamkos, I think Brady Shea's a good player, but I don't know, man. It's a big commitment. But I don't think Carolina's done. I think Brent Burns is still a solid contributor on the blue line. I don't think losing Shea. I think Jalen Chatfield's good. I think he can offset a little bit of losing Shea. He can step up a little bit, and they got him at a pretty good bargain. But I like you said, I don't think they're going to be as good as they've been in the past. You know. Isn't this like Connor McDavid's favorite song or something like that? I bet Connor McDavid played some NHL 10. I wonder what Connor's up to right now. Speaking of teams whose offseason I love, the Edmonton Oilers. If they can dump Evander Kane somehow to some stupid team, which very possible, I think that they could really be. I mean, they're going to be. The roster they have right now after free agency is even better than the team that just went to the Cup because they dumped Jack Campbell. What's going on here? I am playing songs that were on various NHL soundtracks on Clone Hero. Just because I think it's an easy thing to just kind of do in the background. Because I'm not doing this very professionally. I do think that collapse idea is, and I love Secret Base's collapse series. I do think that that's a good idea, and it's something that I've thought about. I just haven't. The tough thing with doing things that they've already done is they do them so well, and they hit on a lot of the like things that I would really want to go after. Like even with the Cam Neely video with Ulf Samuelsson that I put out not too long ago, I kind of worried that I wouldn't. I worried that I would either not live up to SB Nation or Secret Base's video, or just be kind of like a cheap ripoff or whatever. So I tried to add like the Matt Cook stuff to make it not the same. But I do think, because they don't do much hockey stuff, that's part of why I exist on YouTube. Not in general. But part of why I'm doing YouTube is because SB Nation doesn't do a ton of hockey stuff. So I do think, especially going back to like the really, and it's harder to find footage on YouTube, but going back to like the older teams, you know, like to, I don't know, the 70s or whatever, it's a lot of fun to look back on those teams and see how they collapsed. Sydney's telling me that the music is still too low. I will turn it down even more. Now it's really far down. Now you can only hear me talk. So we'll go with that. But yeah, I would like to do a collapse style series. I think it would be fun to recaps of third or fourth liners. I think that's neat too, because I like a lot of those like third or fourth liner guys. Like I think they're weirdly more interesting, especially the guys who kick around for like 700, 800 games. Like somebody like Matt Martin, who I'm sure has played a ton of hockey. I'm sure because he was a rookie in 2010, I think, or 2011. So he has to have played a ton of hockey as far as career games are concerned. But yeah, no, I think that would be neat to look at that kind of thing. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think of other teams, like you said, the 2010 Flyers who completely burst into flames. Well, they burst into flames, but then they were back, and then they burst into flames again, and then they were back. Like that was during their every other year deal, where they lose in the Cup final in 2010, miss the playoffs in 2011, make the playoffs and embarrass the Penguins in 2012, miss in 2013, make the playoffs in 2014, then they alternate until I think 2020 and 2021, I think, are the first 2 years that they get in a row. But I'm not 1,000% sure on that. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other recent teams. The Blackhawks are the obvious. The Blackhawks and Red Wings are the two that I know that SB Nation has done, or Secret Base has done, that kind of just, because they both tried to win for so long and crumbled. I'm about to have to do one on my dear Penguins this off season, because it's not looking great. I don't know if Blake Lizott's gonna be able to pull them out of the dumpster here. Maybe if people want them to trade for Line, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but maybe if that happens, I'll have a little bit more hope. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I feel like we're in kind of a changing of the guard as far as dynasties are concerned. Like Edmonton and Colorado are really getting their feet underneath them, while Tampa and Pittsburgh and Washington kind of fade away. But yeah, I do think that is a good idea. Let's play. I don't know. A lot of these songs are from games that I didn't even play, so we'll play the. This is in honor of you, Arizona Coyotes. Your old goal song. It was on NHL 10 or 11, whatever one that NHL Slapshot was based off of. You guys remember NHL Slapshot? That was the real NHL game. It didn't have trades. That was cool. Sean O'Donnell, Boyd Gordon, Todd Marchand, Peter Sikora. Peter Sikora was really good. He had a couple really nice seasons. But he's still kind of like a guy who kicked around for a long time. Because he was healthy scratched a few times when the Pens won the Cup in 2009. It was him and the last roster spot was him and old Miro Shatan, and they were just fighting him out for that. But Todd Marchand I've always liked because he's a little speedy guy, and I always have a soft spot for a little speedy guy. A guy who just plays really hard and skates really fast, which Brandon Tanev comes to mind. I love a guy who just skates really hard. Boyd Gordon, of course, the shutdown king. His underlyings, as far as being like a pure shutdown guy, he couldn't drive a lick of offense. But as far as being a pure shutdown guy, he could lock people up. He was not bad at all. No hate to Boyd Gordon. Sean O'Donnell, I always, and this is just unkind for no real reason, but I always thought Sean O'Donnell looked like he was melting. That's like the extent of what I know about Sean O'Donnell, because he was in the Western Conference when I was a kid, and I don't know, I live in the Eastern time zone, so I wasn't staying up for a ton of like Ducks games or whatever. Which is the team I associate him with, but I'm not even sure how long he played there. Sean O'Donnell's a real blind spot for me. Rest in peace to the beloved Arizona Coyotes. But rest in piss to what's his face, the owner, Marullo. Yeah, because it's not Morello, it's Marullo or whatever. He sucks. Bad guy, and the state of Arizona wants him gone. Yes, the world only Boyd Gordon stan. Hey, my friend. Everybody's stand by somebody, I suppose. And shout out to Boydo. He, like I said, not bad. He just couldn't score. Marullo, thank you. Yeah, Alex Marullo. But so long to Alex Marullo. He sucks. Not a fan. But he's never going to own an NHL team again. Gary only really gave him the chance to do that auction thing where he could reactivate the team so that the NHL wouldn't get sued. Very weird. I also think it's very strange that the Arizona Coyotes and the old Winnipeg Jets history is now dead because that franchise technically went defunct. Like, it didn't move. It doesn't count as a move like with the Thrashers and Jets. The Coyotes went defunct and their players went to Utah, which is an expansion franchise, which I think is strange. It's kind of like the Sharks, how they stole a bunch of North Stars players back in the day. Except the North Stars then moved, so they got to carry on their history. So the Arizona Coyotes are the first team to go truly defunct in professional sports since I think it's the Cleveland Barons, who were famously horrible. Because I think the California Golden Seals ended up being the Colorado Rockies. I don't think they went defunct. Every time I go for star power, I mess up my streak. Sucks, man. And they're obviously the Devils now. But. Thoughts on Oilers free agency? I love the Oilers free agency. I think Jeff Skinner is a great acquisition. I think Victor Arvidsson is a great acquisition. I think they are better than they were last year, which is tough to do because I thought they were in trouble. But they ripped the Band-Aid off. They bought out Jack Campbell, which, as sad as it is, it needed to happen. He's toast. So, and they used that money to go and get two really good wingers. I think if they can dump Evander Kane, like I said it a little earlier, but if they can dump Evander Kane, I think they are cooking. Because they're never gonna dump Darnell Nurse, and Darnell Nurse is at least good. I saw Jay Fresh posted this morning. I don't know if you guys follow him, the Twitter cards guy, who he puts out the cards that everybody then uses as their player evaluation arguments or whatever. Who is great. He's by all accounts a nice guy and a really good follow on Twitter. But he posted today that Evander Kane was the only player over the past 2 seasons for the Oilers to be outscored at 5-on-5, and he was outscored 77-70 or something like that, and he was outscored in both this season and last season. So I know he scores the 20 goals or whatever. He also takes a bajillion penalties, and there's a reason he was a healthy scratch at the end of the playoffs. So I think good move to. They're not going to be able to buy him out too. I wouldn't think. I think they'll be able to ship him off for, say, here Chicago or here. I don't even know. Not San Jose. San Jose is not taking him, but here, whoever, some team that isn't expected to be good either. I can't even, because right now at this point of the offseason, most teams have just a little bit of hope, except for, I don't know, the Flames are trying to dump stuff, but Boyd has a really big habit of scoring his first few points in his first 5 games, then goes pointless for a long, long time. Yeah, that happened to. I mentioned it in my. I didn't go back to it, but I mentioned it in my most recent video that Ville Leno scored an overtime winner in his first goal with Buffalo, and then he absolutely went in the toilet for like the rest of his time there. I loved Ville Leno because he was really good for a HPK Hamanlina in NHL 2008, and their logo was really cool. It was a guy with like a knight's helmet, but like it looked like kind of like a Mandalorian helmet, but you could see the eyes. But yeah, shout out Ville Leno. He was really good in 2 playoffs and 1 regular season, and made a ton of money from it. So it is too bad it didn't work out for Buffalo. Buffalo, by the way, the home of good old Sam Lafferty now, he played at the same rink as me growing up, which is cool. So shout out Sam. Got a nice pay raise. And they also took in James Reimer, to which I go, why? Who saw James Reimer play last season and was like, I gotta get this guy at $1 million? I know it's a 2-way contract, but... This is a weird chart, man. What do you guys think of what Nashville's doing? That's my big question of the offseason is, why are they doing the NHL franchise thing? Man, I can't play this song. I have to lock in to just suck at this song as opposed to... Which is... It's probably... It's in my top 5 songs in NHL games. I like Jimmy Eat World a lot. Man. I could only glance at that comment, but I think you're correct. I'll have to... Give me 2 seconds to... You know what, screw this. I will look at it right now. Do you know what the most... Yeah, I do know what the next most hated video will be. It is... For Calgary, the consensus from the people that I ask... Yeah, why would the Red Wings sign Campbell like that? It was not an inspiring season. At least with Campbell, you think he'll get back to something, maybe. And he's basically playing for free next year. I think Campbell has a bigger chance of rebounding than Reimer, to touch back on that. Oh, but for the Calgary thing, it's going to be... I'll tell you guys, there's whatever, 5 of you hanging out, so I'm not afraid to spill the big channel secrets. But for Calgary, it's going to be Ryan Kessler. He is a Canuck for the first part of his career and tortures them. And then he is a Duck during Calgary losing a billion games straight at the Honda Center. So he hits them twice. Adam Fox is definitely the guy that Calgary fans hate the most in the league right now. It's not even close. They loathe that guy. But what am I going to say about Adam Fox was kind of my thing. Because I can't talk about... Adam Fox hasn't done anything on the ice to spit in the face of Calgary fans other than be good. But... like, the whole episode would just be me coming out and being like, oh, well, Adam Fox gets drafted in the 3rd round. He says that he'll probably sign. He says, oh, I don't know. I don't really want to play for the Rangers that much. I think that's really overblown. and then he leaves, gets traded to to Carolina, and then says, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really want to play for the Rangers that much." And then he doesn't sign there either. Which, like, he's totally within his right to do. I am all for players doing everything they can in their power because the owners have screwed them over forever. But I think the Calgary folk are well within their right to not like Adam Fox. So that's my big Adam Fox take, is that it would not be that interesting to write about. Oh, and as far as Carolina, I don't know. I will have to ask. Do they not like any of the Islander guys that beat them a couple years? Or they don't have a ton of... They don't have like an extremely strong rivalry other than, like you said, they hate everybody on the Panthers roster, which, I don't know, maybe I'll do like Matt Tkachuk or Nick Cousins or whatever, but that seems boring. I may have to dig like a deeper down to see if there's anybody, because people give me, whenever I always ask the team Reddits for, like, hey, who's a guy that you really don't like on X team? And they always give me strange answers that I would never expect. It's like, I really hate specifically this guy at this specific time. Like, the Buffalo guys, there was a lot of, I know he was on my team, but I really don't like Matt Barnaby. And everybody was like, yeah, I don't really like Matt Barnaby either. I like Matt Barnaby. I think he's a little turd, but I think he's a good personality on the radio and stuff too. But. Yeah, the Rochester American subreddit is definitely going to say Chris Beckford too. I do genuinely think that is where I found the Chris Beckford Sue hate, is because I was just trying to like search Chris Beckford Sue, and the like Amber subreddit was like, that guy was the worst goalie I've ever seen, which he didn't. He didn't put up the best numbers in the AHL. Yeah, why did Tampa let Stamkos walk and then sign Gensel to term? And Gensel's like, 2 years younger than Stamkos? 3 years younger than Stamkos? And I love Jake. Like, I think Jake Gensel is an incredible player. An extremely smart player who has a really nice shot. He's not the fastest guy. He doesn't have crazy moves. But he has a really great wrist shot and really great, like, smarts for the game. I think he'll play really well with Kucherov or Point, because he's proven that he can play with really good players. He's proven that he can play with just very good players, as opposed to like elite players when he was in... This isn't me ragging on Carolina, but they don't have like there isn't a Sidney Crosby on Carolina. There's Sebastian Aho, who's great, or Svechnikov, who's great, but there isn't a superstar like Kucherov or Point or Crosby or whatever. I would say Aho's as good as Point, but or at least close. But I don't know why you would. And Stamkos seems not very happy about being thrown to the curb like that. Like, oh, I don't want to play with you anymore, Steven. Sorry. Like, I don't know. That kind of bums me out for Stamkos. Like, he didn't. What? I mean, that's your captain. Like. And I know they offered him, they said, oh, here's $5 million or $3 million for 8 years, which they're just trying to LTIR him like Toronto is with Tanev at the end of his contract. But I don't know. That's not something that I would be super cool with as a Lightning fan. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Gensel's a good player. But I think right now, like next season, Stamkos is still the better player, I think. I'm not playing very well tonight, folks. It's probably because I'm not just staring intently at the screen. I'm like reading chat and talking and trying to think about the age of Jake Gensel. Oh, speaking of guys who just got tossed to the curb, but no surprise that Vegas says goodbye to Jonathan Marchessault. Thanks for winning that Conn Smythe with us. See you later, buddy. Vegas just doesn't... They do their thing, man. I'm losing an earbud here and there. Look out. Oh, there we go. Why did it get, like, way quieter in my ear now? That's my new personal best on this one? That's crazy. Nashville looks like they're going to win the cup this year, but they might pull an 04 Avalanche. Yeah, honestly. They said we're going and getting everybody. Who cares about in the future? We are going and getting everybody out there. Which, respect. You might as well be in one extreme or the other. Barry Trotz knows that there is no point in being an okay team. Like, there's no point in being a team that comes in 8th every year. So you might as well just spend all of the cap space that they apparently have. I had no idea that they had all this cap space. But you might as well spend all the cap space that you apparently have to go and get good players who are still good. Brady Shea is still good. Marchessault is still good. Stamkos is still good. Like, they're a much better team because of this. Oh, a signing that I think is crazy is Matt Duchene re-signing in Dallas for $3 million. Whew. What a deal. Good for Dallas, because I know they were hurting after losing Chris Tanev. But getting Matt Duchene for easily half of what his market value would have been. I mean, you look at somebody like Jason Zucker, who got 5, and I think Matt Duchene could have easily gotten 5 or 6. So good for them. But here, I will play one more song on here. I don't know if anybody has any requests or anything. I have a lot of songs. Oh, you know what? For the influx of my dear Oiler fans who came in to this channel, Teravainen going back to Chicago, that is... Carolina got him for... He was like... They got him for free? Or no, they got him for taking Bickle, right? Back in the olden times. They got him for taking that terrible Brian Bickle contract. And boy, he worked out great. Every time anybody goes to Chicago, there is a part of my brain that is like, ooh, they get to play with Connor Bedard. That'll be a lot of fun. Do I have American Psycho by Treble Charger on here? I do have that. Here, I will play that. Did you... fun fact. The lead singer from Treble Charger, Greg Norrie, co-wrote American Psycho. Oh, no. No, I just have Brand New Low. That sucks. But the lead singer from... we'll play Brand New Low. It's kind of disappointing. It's less good than American Psycho. I think American Psycho is more fun. But the lead singer from Treble Charger, Greg Norrie, co-wrote all of the big Sum 41 hits. So Fat Lip and Into Deep and Still Waiting. Greg Norrie helped write those. He was their manager / co-writer for a long time. Canadian music scene, man. It sounds stupid, but I think it's kind of neat that Canada forces their radio stations to play a certain percentage of Canadian music. And obviously, that wouldn't work in America. You have to play a certain percent of American music, blah, blah, blah. But I think it would be neat if radio stations had to play a certain amount of music from their state. Yeah, this song is pretty good too. It is not bad. It's the one of the 2 menu songs from NHL 2002. I'm sorry if I'm yapping all over the songs that people want to listen to, but it and I Hear You Calling by Gob. You're opening your packs of player trading cards. Ah, damn. That sucks. I was gonna hit it. Pretty big Treble Charger fan. That's a wild band to be a big fan of, but Their songs are good. I think 100 Million's really good. The music video has a bunch of Canadian pop punk people in there. I think that rocks. It's got the guys from Gob. It's got Avril Lavigne. It's got the guys from Sum 41. But yeah, I think Trouble Charger, a slept-on band. But yeah, I'm a big Sum 41 fan. They're probably my favorite band. Partially because of their appearance on NHL games. And they imprinted on me like a bird, like a bird's mother imprints on a bird, you know? It's like, this is the first music in my life that I'm choosing to listen to, you know? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Fat Lip's sick. I don't want to waste my time. Yeah, that's their like original sound, like their like indie. Because they transitioned to a pop punk band in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they were older. They were like in their mid 30s, from what I've seen and read on Wikipedia, which, you know, grain of salt, but I'll have to give them like an actual chance sometime. Take the time to look through. But let's see. I will play La Bamba for all of the new Oiler fans that came to watch my channel. That was really cool. I'm very thankful that anybody cares about this channel to watch. Hello, Ben. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I'm just hanging out. Is on the lawn. I will check it out. And return with my opinion. I used to play these games a long time ago. I've been playing guitar for years. So I am much better at Guitar Hero now that I actually play guitar. As you can, I don't know, I'll switch so that I can see what my camera's pointing at. You can probably see I have my Telecaster there in the background. But yeah, I'm an okay guitarist. I'm not great by any means, but I started playing when I was 16 or so. Or no, 15 and a half. Oinklers. Oh, you're calling them little pig guys. I like the pig emote that comes up in the OBS chat is different than the one that comes up in the YouTube chat. And the one in the OBS chat reminds me of the mobile game Super Auto Pets. I don't know if you guys have ever played that, but oh, Christ is on the lawn. I missed that behind the heart logo. Ah! Remember I asked you on Discord what song you use as the intro for us? I hope to someday. For those of you who don't know, I wrote the intro theme song for my most hated series. I don't know, like a year ago. It was just a little song that I had sitting around. But I don't know. It's tough because my band, we got together when we were in high school, and now, like, I live closer to Philadelphia, and then my buddy lives in Ben is good at guitar. Thanks, Sid. But I live closer to Philadelphia, and then our other singer lives in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which I don't know if you guys know where that is. And then our other guy is back where we're from originally, in the middle of the state. So it's kind of hard to get us all together to record stuff, but I recorded the parts that I made, so. Oh, thanks, friend. That is really nice of you to say. I'm very proud of it. I've decided for the new series, More Humble Than Needed. Oh, thank you, friend. I decided that for the Penguin series, I was gonna write like a couple little songs to go in between. I wouldn't say with the best of them, but I am okay. But I decided for the Penguin series, I'm gonna write some songs to slot in between the different things, and those are gonna be full songs that I'll do all myself and record all myself, and maybe release like an accompanying little EP, as silly as that sounds. But I think that would be a lot of fun to do, to correspond with that whole thing. I'm trying to do like a big grandiose thing for that Pen series, since I've mentioned it before, but I am a Penguins fan, as sad as that is for people to hear. But so I'm hoping to do like something pretty grand for that. I'm gonna try and talk to some different people in like Penguins media, like different guys who cover the Penguins, but see if I can get them involved and talk about covering the team back then and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. I think it should be really cool, but I don't know how long that'll take me. I'm trying to do, like I said, like the 2020 recap and stuff like that. When you play the guitar for long enough, you figure out how. Yeah, that's absolutely true. A friend of mine told me this about bowling, but I mean it happens for guitar too, or golf, where you work pretty much like all your life to be fine. Like you to be at the point where other guitarists will be like, yeah, all right, you're pretty decent. But yeah, I don't know. I love playing guitar, so that's why I like playing Guitar Hero, because it's just mindless to be here and play along to La Bamba. I thought this was gonna be the one. No, this song has a really hard solo. I was not going to FC. Man, no shade to the guy who charts the NHL songs, but I just love the official charts. They play so nice. Like, I know exactly. Like, I feel like I know what's coming next. Yeah, see. Oh, and for the Guitar Hero World Tour songs, it's got that crowd noise. So that's cool. I'm losing an earbud. La Bamba's ruined. There we go. Yeah. All right. let's do some other hockey related things. I will close out from our friend Clone Hero, so you guys will lose that for a second, but then I will fire up the old browser and we can, I don't know, we can remember some guys, or we'll do the old Puckdoku for today. I'll close out my my personal Facebook here. Not that you guys don't already know my name. All right, cool. So let's do that then. My goal is to someday be the guest Puckdokuist. I think that would be a lot of fun. I would be very honored. So if anybody knows the Puckdoku man, I would love to be Mr. Puckdoku. Oh, there we go. It came up without me even having to do anything. Cool. So let me skitter away and put my little. This is this is my Guitar Hero guitar, by the way, that I've had since I was 12 or whatever. So let's skitter away here. Oh, and I'll hold on. Whee! But this is my actual guitar for anybody who was curious. It is an American Standard Telecaster. I love it. It's very great. I have it tuned to Dadgut, which is an open D. Anyway. Alright. Let's doke some pucks here. So, I haven't done this in a hot second, so let's try and clear my mind. But I'm going to run my answers by Master of Puppets. Thomas Vanek, top left. Ooh, I like that a lot. I like Thomas Vanek for top left a lot. Vanek. Oh, I forget that his name is spelled like the North American Thomas because he's not Czech, he's Austrian. Wow. I like that. I like Thomas Vanek there in the top left. That's a good one. The obvious is like Cam Atkinson or Jake Voracek for that middle one. But I'm trying to think. My brain hops down to this bottom row. Patrick Sharp is one. I don't know if a lot of people think of him as a flyer. Sorry if I'm blocking my beautiful, my handsome face with my boom arm. Just boom arm has helped my productivity a long way. American Standard, like the toilet company. Yeah, well, it's Fender American Standard, but like collectively 2 games between the. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it just means it was built in America as opposed to like a Mexican Standard, which is built in Mexico, or a Japanese, which is built in Japan. Blah blah. Or a lot of guitars are built in like Korea or whatever. But that one is American made. I think my other guitar here beside me is made in Korea. But anywho, but yeah, like the toilet company. Okay. So who is a wild ass Blue Jacket from I'm trying to think back to my 2009 video. I think of my man Christian Huselius. I think of Derek Brassard. I think of Jared Bowl, I think would have been on those teams. Did somebody who knows off the top of their head, did Michael Leighton play for both Chicago and the Flyers? Because I feel like he kicked around to Chicago after he was a Flyer, or was he just like in Rockford or something? That's something that's on my brain. Um. Who's a good send from those Legioness? Played one game. Let's put him in. I was gonna go with the boring Peter Regan. Legioness. Woo! There he is. Ah, Fleischman. Yep, he absolutely works. Alex Kovalev for Sens Habs. Yep. Where's he did play for Philly and Chicago. I'm putting Michael Leighton in. There he is, Michael Leighton. Michael Leighton almost breaks the Chicago's hearts. We're doing good. We're doing good here as a team. Who's a random Adam Foote? Nah. Zherdev? Nah. Pascal Leclerc? What about Frederick Norrena? Yeah, alright, sub 1. That's what I was looking for. Alex Kovalev sends Habs. I like that. I think I can go with that. Alex Kovalev. Oh, I should have gone with Ole Kristoff Tollefson. Zherdev absolutely would have worked for that corner. We'll have to look at the stats. I was trying to get a low guy there. Who's a Sen flyer that I can think of? Oh, and a random Blackhawk. My mind obviously leaps to the GOAT Eric Daze. Alexei Zhamnov. Backup goalies are always come to mind. Tugnut. Yeah. Oh, Tugnut. Did he... I always get him and Kenny Reggett confused for the... Which one played on... Oh, Alex Day. Was he a flyer? Craig Anderson for... Was he a flyer? Oh, no, but he was a Blackhawk. Wasn't he? No, he was Colorado. Which square for Zach McEwen? Sens Flyers. Tugnut didn't play with Philly. Yeah, I get him and Kenny Reggett confused. I wish this was like Hoops Grids. After Ottawa didn't work out. Wow. Alex Daig. There he is. Because I know he was a Penguin for like 30 seconds. Anderson for Chicago, yeah. Let's try. Yeah, damn. All right, that is where he started his career. Yeah. I knew that. Yep, he was a backup for 1 year. He started in Chicago, went to Florida, and was really good as their backup. And then went to Colorado and nearly won the Vezina, and then went to Ottawa. Umberger or Voracek. Yeah, I'm thinking Umberger, Voracek, Atkinson. Who was the Jeff Carter trade? So who went to Voracek the first time? Oh, Jeff Sanderson. Let's go Jeff Sanderson. I like that. Yeah. All right, 33 uniqueness. That's not too bad. Vinny Prospel would have worked, absolutely. Played in the 2000... 40% of people were just like... They couldn't name anybody other than Rick Nash. They're like, I'm getting this shit done. I'm not messing around. I'm putting in Rick Nash and moving on with my life. Oh, Vinny Prospal was a 0. Dang. Electric friend person, you knew. You knew. Jack Johnson. Yeah, well, he was the Carter trade to Los Angeles. So that's the famous Columbus loses the Carter trade twice. They send it's Voracek for Carter. It's Voracek plus for Carter, and then Carter to Los Angeles for Jack Johnson. So they end up trading Voracek for Jack Johnson, which, I mean, it's Jack Johnson, folks. All right, who did people say for some of these? You got good old Josh Anderson, Max Domi. I feel like Josh Anderson at this point, I know he was a Blue Jacket for a long time, but in my brain he's a Canadian for life. He looks terrible as hockey dude. Yeah, he does. He looks he looks very like greasy. It's like they had him work a shift as a line cook before he came in for his photo. It's tough, man. Ah. And now JJ's back. Oh yeah, man. See, the Penguins should have brought Jack Johnson back. That's the kind of leadership that they need. Kovalev, Victor Mete. Yeah, Victor Mete. I didn't know Radek Bonk was a Canadian. I guess that was before my time. Alex Auld, Mike Condon. Okay. Sergei Gonchar, late in his career, kick it around to random teams. Oh, he's got an awful bowl cut on Hockey Dude. Let's bring him up here. Vaclav, Prospal. There's Hockey Reference. This changed for you guys too. Okay, good. Vaclav, Prospal. I like his like frosted tip look. I can rock with that. Oh yeah, yeah. He looks like a friend's dad. Make it one trade. Columbus can get good back. Yeah. They got to get good Branson back. That's gonna round him out. Yeah, he looks like Owen Wilson a little bit here. Owen Wilson. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of. Oh. Kind of got a Wilson-y look to him. Shout out, Vinny. All right. Let's go do Immaculate Grids hockey today. Okay. Wow. What, the Owen Wilson resemblance? He does kind of look like Owen Wilson. All right. Only one team, Devils. So the obvious is the guys who have come up with the Devils, who are on the Devils right now. Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier. Akira Schmid has not played anywhere else yet. I think I'm gonna go with him. Akira Schmid. 2% is not. I was hoping for a little lower than that, but the Hockey Reference ratios are always very weird. Now that my Coyotes are gone, what do you think the Utah team name will be? What I would have hoped for the Utah team name to be, the one that I liked was like Elks or Stags. Like, I think that would have been cool. I like that kind of name, and I think deer are cool looking. I'm not a big hunter guy or anything, so like I just think deer are cool. I don't know. I think it's gonna be Yeti, is what I think it's gonna be. which we have enough singular names already, man. Like, I don't need another singular name. It just kind of makes me shrug. Like, I know that it's cool or whatever, but come on, let's get another plural name up in here. But I'm sorry that you guys are getting my Pennsylvania political ads here in the corner. Anti-Bob Casey. Anyway, John Gibson for Anaheim. Yeah, of course. Johnny Gibson. Scott Pellerin. Scott Pellerin. 0.5. That's good enough for me. Oh, look, there's the Discover commercial. Oh, speaking of, I'll have to show you guys an article after this if I remember. But Steve Downey for Tampa Avs. That's good. I forgot he played for the Avalanche. Downey. What a little turd Steve Downey was. Who? Oh, I put him in the wrong box. I have failed us. No. I put him in the wrong box. Stupid. I'm sorry, Tristan Luneau. I didn't know you off the top of my head. And I even knew what box you were supposed to go in. I'd like to apologize to the fans. This is my first YouTube apology that I'm coming out and saying that I am sorry that I put Tristan Luneau in the wrong box. Anyway, Wojtek Wolski played elsewhere, but did Marek Svatos? I think he did. Do we know off the top of our head if Marek Svatos played elsewhere? I know he went back to the KHL and he sadly passed away pretty young. Poor Marek Svatos. We all hate Steve Downey. Yeah, Steve Downey played for the Penguins and was a turd on the Penguins. He took an unbelievable amount of penalties. It was amazing. Ducks Lightning, there's Corey Perry, of course. Devils Lightning, they made a trade recently for Blake Coleman. I don't know if I like either of those. I feel like those are top of mind for everybody. What about the Avs? Who's an only Av? Ooh, no, I think he played for the Devils. Did Peter Stastny exclusively play for the Nordiques? Do we know? I've already blown this. Let's throw Peter Stastny in there. Dang. Boo. Boo. Now I've really done it. Andrew Brunette. Oh, that's so high. Shane Bowers. Shane Bowers traded... Oh, I guess he... Where did he play other than the Avs? There he is. He played 1 game with the Avalanche and 8 games with the New Jersey Devils last season. He was part of the Duchesne shuffle, I think, right? Like him and Sammy Girard. Yeah, him, Sam Girard, and Kamenev. Curtis Foster, Tampa Anaheim. Let's throw that in. I like Curtis Foster. No, he did play a game with the Avs. He just did not. Hayden Fleury. Yeah, I blew that, folks. Curtis Foster's a great pull. 0.04. Man. Yeah, we got to do women's basketball now. Just kidding. No shade to women's basketball, but I do not know anything about it. Oh, I was gonna show you guys. Not this specific article, but it's just the Athletic link that's in my thing. The Athletic, if you guys have ever looked at it, or tried to search anything, it is so unwieldy. Yeah, like I'm trying to search for a Sean McIndoe article. There. This is what I'm looking for. It's the Seans of the Athletic, McIndoe and Gentili. And obviously, if you want to read the full article, pay for a subscription for the Athletic. It's like $1 or whatever, and it's worth it. I like a lot of their reporting. But for this article, they assembled the worst commercials from each country. Of course, there is so some backstory. McIndoe is Canadian, Gentili is American, so for the last few years, they've been going back and forth and saying, hey, this is... Each of them bring 3 commercials to the table from each of their respective countries. I'm not going to show you all of their stuff. We're just going to write the commercials. Both of those guys are great. It's definitely worth checking out. But... yeah, so I don't really know these Canadian commercials. Yeah, see, it's going to be 3 Canadian commercials, and because I know I have a little bit of a mixed fan base. I have some Canadians and some Americans. So we're going to just watch the 3 Canadian commercials and the 3 American commercials alternating here. But, as I said, I don't want to just give away their content. Definitely, The Athletic is worth subscribing to, especially for those guys. They're great. Anyway. Oh, there's Bill Nye dying on Smiling Friends. Very funny. Anyway.
I'm at the hockey game. I'm at the grocery store. I'm at the combination hockey game and grocery store.
He's at the hockey game?
And the grocery store?
He's at the combination hockey game and grocery store.
Groceries through Instant Cart. Delivered to his door.
I don't have to choose between hockey and the grocery store.
And I gotta say, what is this? Why? What is this? It has 93 views. Why does it think I want to watch that? Yeah, that's a tough one. I gotta say, I don't like it very much. Yeah, the best Canadian commercial is Nathan McKinnon and Crosby working at Tim's. Yeah, it's great. I think that one is a lot of fun. These ones are not very fun at all. I don't like any of these. The American ones I've seen so many times that even like cursoring over them to play them makes me a little ill. Hi Ben, how are you? I'm good. We're watching crappy ads from the Stanley Cup Final as assembled by Gentili and McIndoe from The Athletic. But this is for the Canadian fans that I have who have not seen this. Yeah, Jay Baruchel if he was a Zoomer. Uh-huh. I find Jay Baruchel a little annoying.
See, HomeQuote Explorer lets you easily compare home insurance options so you can get what you need without overpaying.
Yeah, we spent a lot on this kitchen.
Oh yeah, really high-end stuff.
Sorry, that's our ghost.
Yeah, okay.
It's more annoying than anything.
Too bad there's mold behind the backsplash. Yep, that's mold.
Well then, let's see if we can save you some money with Progressive.
Guess how much I originally paid for this fireplace? $23. materials, and labor.
Just ignore him.
You got bamboozled. It's
Yeah.
weird we don't have a rug in here, right? What is this, a gymnasium?
They point out in the article that they're trying to do a "you got bamboozled" as like a phrase that we say to each other, like, and it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna say "you got bamboozled." This one is strange. I have seen all of these from this article, but
Coffee run, anyone?
I'm grabbing lunch. Any requests? Race ya. Tim's says flatbread pizza now.
There's a new Tim's run in town with new flatbread pizza. Served hot out of the oven and freshly prepared in chicken parmesan, pepperoni, simply cheese, and bacon everything. Tim's new flatbread pizza.
okay. So, real quick, in Pennsylvania, we are big into our gas station food because we have 2 gas stations, Sheetz and Wawa, that both have food that is pretty decent. Like, you can get made to order food that's okay. Like, Wawa makes pretty good hoagies, Sheetz has pretty good apps and stuff like that. But I don't know, like, Tim's I always picture as Dunkin' Donuts, but Canadian, as far as food quality is concerned. And every time I get food from Dunkin' Donuts, it makes me just feel a little sad, feel a little bummed out. And I don't know. I don't want a pizza from Tim's, man. Like, I'm going for a donut. I don't like coffee, so I'm just going for a donut. And if I'm just going for a donut or maybe a breakfast sandwich, I don't need the pizza. I don't need the flatbread pizza. Let alone, I don't need to race my coworker in a foot race for the flatbread pizza, personally. And I'm sure it's just bread that they already had around, you know? I don't want that. This is the commercial that reminded me that this article existed because it played on the Immaculate Grid page. So,
Discover customer service. This is Maya.
Oh, hi, Maya. You robots are sounding more human every day.
Oh, I am human.
Yeah, it's like I'm talking to a human.
At Discover, everyone can talk to a human representative.
All right, prove it.
Wait, are you a robot?
Oh. How would I prove that I'm not?
24/7 US-based customer service.
Do you feel like a robot?
It pays to Discover.
now no hate to Jennifer Coolidge. I don't have an opinion about her really either way. But I don't... And the thing with all of these is when you see them, every commercial, every break for... How long are the playoffs? Like 3 months, thanks to that last series. It starts to really break you down to see Jennifer Coolidge stare off into the distance and wonder if she is a robot. This one, for my Canadian fans, I will have to ask you: is this? Do you hate this? Like, there's a message of unity that I have to ask if you guys hate.
It's all over, folks, and the run has come to an end.
You'll be so far away.
A Canadian team hasn't won in over 30 years. Maybe it's time we try something different. This playoff season, let's cheer with the fans we've always cheered against. The playoffs at Boston Pizza.
It's been said before, I think that, but I am not alone in thinking that Boston Pizza is an insane name for a restaurant. Nobody in this country thinks of I gotta go up to Boston and get me a pizza pie. Like, no. But I don't know. Boston Pizza preaching a message of unity. But what stuck out to me from this is the years that they choose. Like Vancouver in 1994. Okay, they lost to Game 7. But also, you could have picked 2011. They lost big in 2011 too. 2002 Toronto. Did they go to the conference finals that year? I think they did.
A Canadian
2017 Edmonton. I've seen I talk about that 2017 Edmonton team. They're pretty good, but I don't know who was going into the playoffs so convinced that Edmonton was going to win in 2017 that they would run over their TV. Now 2020, you're telling me an Edmonton fan at the peak of COVID has lost their minds to the point where they're running their TV over? Absolutely, I buy that 1,000%. But that 2017 team was okay. It was fun to see them back in the playoffs, but come on now. 2021 Montreal. Listen, we're gonna have to get real here about Montreal. They weren't very good that year either.
Maybe it's time
they just happened to make it.
This.
But anyway, of course, the #1 commercial is the What a Pro Wants
AT&T
commercial.
just sent me a heads up on the best plan for me.
That's cool.
They know what a pro wants.
What a pro needs.
Whatever makes me happy.
Sets you free.
And I'm thanking you for knowing exactly what a pro wants, what a pro needs. Whatever makes me happy sets me free.
Good. A little bit flat. It'll get better.
AT&T provides proactive recommendations so you get what's right for you.
Woo! There it is. Here's the What a Pro Wants commercial. Anyway, I think those are fun. But I don't know. What else do we want to do? Are there other? So, does Hoop Grids have other sports? Because they seem to be cool. That, like, yeah. Hold on. This can't be right. Oh yeah, no, it is. But theirs is so cool because you can guess like 1 billion times, and I like that. I like guessing 1 billion times to get as low of a score as humanly possible. We'll go back and we'll do a previous grid. When's the last time I played the grid? Probably the last time I streamed, which, there it is. 322. Alright, so let's play the grid from the weed day. The weed, the day with weed. A 100-point season for the Carolina Hurricanes. Eric Stahl. Does anybody have anybody other than our friend Eric Stahl? We'll sit on that for a second. 40 goals, 100 points. Who had 40 goals and 100 points in different seasons? No. We'll take the easy way out. We'll do Jimmy Carson. I like Jimmy Carson. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. 40 goal season for the Blues. I don't think Vlad ever got there. So, did Keith Tkachuk do it with the Blues? I don't know. Sorry. Checking something real quick. Okay. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry that my chat was not updating. Okay. Jeez, that would make a lot of sense for why nobody had said anything. Okay. I will go back. Yeah, the AT&T commercial with the basketball players. The flatbread pizza is okay. I am so sorry. Draisaitl skipped the dish. Draisaitl looks dead at all times. I'm trying to barrel through this chat that I missed. Wawa has been a staple at one of the fighting game majors I've been to, but I'd definitely be loyal to Sheetz. Sheetz rocks. I'm loyal to Sheetz because they're from my hometown. Riveting. Nails on the chalkboard. Kraken got Montour and Mahora. Yeah, good for Montour. He really did get paid. I am sorry I'm doing all this very fast. I didn't think that commercial was that bad. I think that was probably the Wawa Pizza one. That was the Everybody Comes Together. I thought that one was just kind of silly. I don't hate that one. Sup, Ben? Love the channel, brother. Thank you for stopping in. I would normally have said hi when I first saw you. Anyway, all right. So, Pronger for the Blues, of course. Blaine Stoughton. I don't know who that is. I don't know where he would go. But I believe that he's real. I believe that he's a real man. If you ever visit Wisconsin, check out our USHL team, the Green Bay Gamblers. I visited Wisconsin long ago. Well, not that long ago. A few years ago. And I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. I went to the House on the Rock, which I thought was neat. But I will have to check out the Green Bay Gamblers. I like mid-level juniors. I think they're cool, and there's a ton of them in the Midwest. Donald Brashear for Nux Flyers. Yeah, let's throw it in. Donald Brashear. Man, not a lot of Canucks Flyers if Donald Brashear is that high. The other 87 in the league, Donald Brashear. Sorry, I'm messing with my phone that I have the chat on now. Sorry. Anywho, Justin Falk comes to mind. Joel Edmondson comes to mind. Blues and Flyers. We'll do the 40-goal season for the Blues. Who? 40 goals for the Nucks. Yeah, of course. Pavel Rick McLeish. Is he Philly 100 points? Rick McLeish. And there he is. Oh, what a picture. The hockey reference has pictures for like 3 people on the entire website. Pavel, of course. It's McGillney, and I'd assume Linden did it. I'd assume Naslund did it. Let's go Bertuzzi. Yeah, that'll... Oh, I should have gone Stan Smeel. That would have been good. We'll see if Bertuzzi or Smeel was higher. Eric Johnson, Philadelphia and St. Louis. Yes, you did say that. Thank you for... Eric Smeel. Anyway. Eric Johnson. Yeah, that's great. That's a great pull. Darcy Rhoda. I gotta take a second and look up who that is. I've never heard of that man in my life. Darcy Rhoda. He did. Boy. In his second to last season of his career. Man. Just random guys. Phil DiGiuseppe. Yep. Phil. He's probably in his Philip. We'll go by DiGiuseppe. Okay. Giuseppe. I like Phil DiGiuseppe better than Anthony Carter. Oh, Hull. Sure. It did. I wonder if Pat LaFontaine hit 40. Because he obviously was much more of a passer, but I don't know if he... I'm sorry, my chair creaks like crazy. But I don't know if he ever ended up with 40 goals. That's a good question. I like Brett Hull. Brett Hull is definitely going in if I can't think of anybody. Yeah, I was talking with people in Pinels Graham's Discord about the Naslund Stoyanov trade. It was bad. It was very bad. Oh, I like Shanahan. Shanahan's good. Yeah, it's a little high, but I like it still. Pavel Nemitra. I don't think he ever got to 40 goals. He got to like 90 points, but he was also... I'm so sorry for my chair. But he was also more of a passing guy. Poor Pavel Nemitra, though. He was part of the locomotive plane crash. He's the man. Yeah, love Pavel Nemitra. I want somebody... There's gotta be somebody... Like, did Bernie Fedorko didn't score 40 goals, did he? Was he... We're doing Brett Hull. And then we're looking. We're looking at the stats. There. Brett Hull. Fine. 58%. You think I'm happy about this? Show summary. Okay. 14 people have scored 40 goals for the St. Louis Blues. Oh, I also... Brad Boyes! Did he score for the... Did he hit it for the Blues? He did! Damn. And Tarasenko did it once. Okay. Doug Gilmour. Joey Mullen. Yeah, there's Bernie Fedorko. Yep. There he is. Mark Hunter did it. Of course, like I said. Oh, well, I gotta keep Gary Unger in my bag for future reference. 413 goals in 1,100 games played in the 70s. That's really good for the 70s, man. One-year wonder boy. Okay. Here's the thing. Brad Boyes, better for longer than you would think. Because he came out in 06, got Calder votes, and was on the all-rookie team with, like, Ovechkin and Crosby with 69 points. And then was okay. And then had 65 points with 43 goals. And then had 72 points with 33 goals. And then was fine the rest of his career. Wow. I love... Joe Mullen. Joe Mullen's great. He wore that crazy neck protector thing. A guy that I have sitting in my back pocket here, who I didn't know existed until fairly recently, is Håkan Loob. Håkan Loob, 5'9", 170 from Sweden. Happy birthday, Håkan Loob. He turned 64 today. But he came over from Sweden at 23 and was good, and then just kept getting better, and then hit 106 points in 88. Was a first-team All-Star in a league with Crosby, with Mario and Gretzky. I combined the two and said Crosby. But Håkan Loob, 50 goals and 106 points for Calgary, was really good again the next year. They won the Stanley Cup in 88, yeah. Or, which year? Tell me. I think it's 88. No. Must be 87? No, it's 89. Okay. Yeah, yes, exactly. He was awesome. He won the Stanley Cup in 89 and then said, oh, okay, well, I made a bunch of money here and I'm just going to go home. Thanks. Joe Zura. Joe Zura. $25 points, 90 games. Played in the WHA. He was probably Oakland's best player at the time. Yeah, 88, 89. Yeah, that's... I should have known that off the top of my head, but... there they are. The lovable Oakland Seals. Led by everyone's favorite Ted Hampson. Ted Hampson has a son who played. Gord Hampson. Played 4 games with Calgary in the 80s. But yes, I'm not super familiar with Sura. Aaron Asham. Aaron Asham could really punch some people. He knocked that guy out. Let's throw up YouTube here for a second. There's my channel. Hey, there's my live stream. Aaron... I definitely don't want to watch Aaron Lewis. Aaron Asham. Braden Shen. I think that's the one. Oh no, this is the cheap shot one. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm looking for. That sucks. Oh, it's Jay Beagle. Yeah, the Jay Beagle fight.
A game of Gus. Winner gets the PA lottery.
Okay.
Darwin from the page of Alexander Ovechkin that time with that swooping move to the inside. And a good save by Vokun, and now the puck.
Oh, that's Iggy, number 12.
Well, Letang had his helmet dislodged by Beagle, and Ashram, I got to dance. Beagle firing right hands. Ashram trying to get that glove off and his hand free. Oh, there's a right hand. Oh, down goes Beagle. Solid right hand by Aaron Ashram.
What I respect about that. Now I'm seeing guys get hurt like that sucks. But I do like that he tries his best to catch Beagle and lower him down, as opposed to just letting his face smash the ice. Like that would suck. I don't like that kind of thing. But I prefer to not see guys get knocked out in hockey games, truly. But he said sorry in the post game. Yeah. And they don't like that. The players don't like to do that kind of thing to like really like hurt other guys. But his celebration of the lights out and go to sleep is one of the coldest things I've ever seen. And I think the Penguins got dumpstered in that game from what I remember. But pretty cool. Oh no, it's 2011, so it wouldn't be. Oh, it's Vokun's in net for Washington. So that's not Iggy. That's I don't know off the top of my head who number 12.
Good save by
I'll have to look that up. Yeah, unless it's Scott Stevens. Yeah, Scott Stevens can get knocked out as much as he'd like. A guy who I gave too much of a break in my video about him. I was trying to be really neutral, and unfortunately was too neutral. Because you read some articles about Scott Stevens, hooey, not the best person. Yeah, kept getting yeah. He got Eric Goddard, of course, was on the roster forever. Derek Engelland played a ton. I'm looking for number 12, and it's gonna make me sad. Oh, it's Richard Park. Good old Richard Park. He was a 2-time Penguin, I think. Yeah, he came into the league as a Penguin. One of the only Korean-born NHLers, I think. Him, Richard Park, and Jimmy Pack. Jimmy Pack, who won 2 Stanley Cups with the Penguins. Niskanen. I wouldn't say Niskanen was a goon. Yeah, Washington poached Niskanen after the Penguins lost in 14 or 15, Niskanen and Orpik went over there because Todd Reardon went over there, and they really loved Todd Reardon. Richard Park, former Islanders. Yeah, Jimmy Pack also played for the Penguins. Jimmy Pack was a good player. They, I believe both of those guys coached the Korean national team at the most recent Olympics. Let's see. Got Yashin, got Billy Guerin, got Doug Waite, Mark Streit. Yeah, he was probably an alternate, or he took over in one of the Doug Waite seasons. And anything goes under Jack Capuano. What a strange little career for Jack Capuano. Okay. Let's pick another grid here. Let's do... We did 420. We'll do 69. These are freaking funny numbers, guys. Anyway, Dennis Maruk. I know the name, but sorry, I almost typed in Denis Maruk. I think he's French. 878 in 88 games. There he is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, overreacted to the Niskanen hit on Crosby and brought it. Yeah, Jim Rutherford. Yeah, but yes, that absolutely, and he's right about that. It was the Niskanen hit. He does primarily, like Graham points out, he does primarily talk about how Niskanen cross-checked Sid in the face, which he did. He cross-checked Sid in the face. I know he's just bracing himself or whatever. I don't think he intentionally was really trying to cross-check him in the face, but he certainly did, even if it was just like a reaction. But it all comes back to Tom Wilson way more than it comes back to Niskanen, in my opinion, as a Penguins fan. I think it was way more because of Wilson than because of Niskanen. Because like Niskanen was still friends with guys on the team and stuff like that. Like, I don't think Jim Rutherford was out to kill Niskanen, though the Niskanen hit was the straw that broke the camel's back. Zach Aston Reese getting ragdolled by Wilson and getting his face blown up by Wilson, and then they bring in Jamie Alexiak, and Alexiak gets beaten to tar by Wilson, and then they trade him back to Dallas. They say, "All right, Dallas, here's a third. We'll hold on to Jamie Alexiak for a few weeks." He then loses a fight to Tom Wilson, and they say, "All right, we'll take the third back. Here's Jamie Alexiak. Thanks for loaning him to us to just fight Tom Wilson and lose." But yes, I should do a Dennis Maruk video. Is that how you pronounce it? They don't have the pronunciation guide. Thanks a lot, Hockey Reference. He was drafted by the California Golden Seals. Yeah, 30 goals and 62 points. Now, what is 136 points? I wonder where that puts him among the league leaders in that year. 212 point Gretzky. So, okay. So there's 212 point Gretzky. Mike Bossy at the peak of his Mike Bossy. Man, it's crazy drop off. Mike Bossy, Peter Stastny, Dennis Maruk, Brian Trottier, Dennis Savard, Marcel Dion, Bobby Smith. Who's Bobby Smith, man? Yeah, Alexiak was good as a Penguin. I liked him a lot. I think he's a really good player, truthfully. It's the old Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Dennis Maruk, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Bobby Smith, Hall of Fame. But Dino probably shouldn't be in there. Dave Taylor, he's a good player. Glenn Anderson probably shouldn't be in there. Dale Hawerchuk was great. And Dale Hawerchuk was also an 18-year-old in the 1980s. Crazy. Man. And he's what? Third in goals? He's third in goals. He's fourth in points. Man. I don't know. Maybe we should be putting more respect on Dennis Maruk's name. I mean, he scored 20 power play goals. That's got to lead the league. No, it's second to Paul Gardner from the Penguins. Paul Gardner. This is pre-Mario Penguins. Who's feeding Paul Gardner? Rick Kehoe? It is Rick Kehoe. Rick Kehoe and future GM Randy Carlyle. Does Dino not have 600 goals? He might. Let's see. He's close if he doesn't. Yeah, he has 608 goals. It's tough to keep him out. It's just he scored all those goals in the 80s, so they count for like 2/3 of a goal. And he was never a first-team All-Star. He was never a finalist for the Hart. He never won the Lady Byng, or not that the Lady Byng matters, but he never won the Lady Byng or the Calder, or did he win a cup? No, he didn't win a cup. His only accolade in his entire career is Hall of Fame. There can't be many guys who that is the case for. He never led the league in goals, never led the league in points. Of course. I mean, he was a good player. I think he's probably good enough. I was probably too hasty, but yeah, Maruk is equal to 44 adjusted goals. That tracks. Like I said, it counts for like about 2/3 of a goal. Roberto Luongo. Oh, are we doing a little Hall of Fame court here, just off the cuff? Because I think Roberto Luongo belongs in the Hall of Fame. I love Roberto Luongo. He was really good for a long time. Oh, as far as no accolades other than Hall of Fame, he won the Jennings. He won the Jennings in 2 All-Stars. Roenick, yeah. Roenick, I think, is an All-Star a couple times. Oh, there's the other one. Yep. Roenick was never a first-team All-Star, never a Hart finalist. Okay. Instead, Tim Webster. Okay, yeah, let's bring him up. Tom Webster, sorry. Tommy Webster. Hawkeye. Thomas Ronald Webster. What? Oh, he's a WHA guy. He comes in, plays 9 games, 2 games, 78 games, scores 30 goals, nearly wins the Calder, 67 points. 12 games, leaves for the WHA, and is good. Not like incredible, but pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Lou was a couple time first team All-Star, so that's fine with me, or at least second team All-Star. The first and second team All-Stars, I think, count as a major award, or at least are close enough. Man, Tom Hawkeye Webster. Who'd he coach? Coach the Kings and the Wayne Gretzky Kings? Was he... No, he wasn't on the same team as... Who's the new... Oh, it's the Hartford... It's the eventually Hartford Whalers. That's something that's wild, too, looking through the WHA teams. Because, like, half of them are teams that I've never heard of in my life. Because some of them survive. Like, you can see the Quebec Nordiques. They make it out. And the New England Whalers become the Hartford Whalers. But the Cleveland Crusaders, which, that's sick. That's that if they just did that shield, unbelievable. Robert Nilsson. Robert Nilsson, the Kent Nilsson's kid, yeah. Minnesota Fighting Saints. There they are. What's their logo? Oh, it's the silly little baby guy. Oh, Kent Nilsson. Oh, okay. Yeah, because Bobby Nilsson's his kid, who was fine, but he wasn't nearly as good. Yeah, the Swedes, whether it was true or not, often got ragged for their effort. There's the Winnipeg Jets. They still exist. They kind of still exist. They actually went defunct. I talked about that earlier. Anyway. The Houston Aeros. Some of these logos are, if they modernize them a little bit, not this one sucks, but if they modernize them a little bit, I think they'd be kind of cool. This is... Okay. What do we think of the 1972-73 Los Angeles Sharks logo? As a Lightning fan, has it been a weird week? Yeah, I mean, you lose Stammer, you bring in Gensel. I love Jake, but it's got to be weird. I can't imagine, like... I'm trying to think, like, if the Pens lost Malkin and then brought in another guy who's good, Timo Meyer. Like, I would think that was really strange. Third in Hart voting, only goalie to finish as a Hart finalist and not win the Vezina. Wow. Let's look up the Los Angeles Sharks. Los Angeles Sharks, WHA, hockey. Images. Man, that logo looks crazy. Oh, it's red? They were red and black with crazy blobfish coming toward? That's wild. I thought they would just be this, like, black and white. Like, okay, listen. The Los Angeles Sharks jerseys kind of go hard. Look at the big shark on the ice. Look at him. Let's look up with the chat about our friend Roberto Luongo. Let's bring it back up here. That is a color combo. Yeah, it's one of the color combos of all time. Okay, so he's a okay. Let's click on the voting here. He's a Hart finalist with Martin Brodeur and Sid. But he finishes higher in the Hart voting. I would buy that jersey. Me too, honestly. It crossed my mind. He finishes higher than Brodeur in Hart voting because he's more valuable to his team, which that tracks for me with him on the Canucks. Let's see if they have more stats here. Okay. The metric that I don't care about, point shares. And the thing is, I'd love to look at what Money Puck has to say, but they only go back to 2009, so I don't have any advanced numbers for this. I would assume that Luongo has more goal save above expected, but I don't know. He should have won just based on vibes. I like Luongo better than Brodeur. He was robbed at 04. Okay, let's see. Oh, is it by our friend Brodeur again? Selkie. All-Star team. Where's the Vesna? Did I go past him? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's because his team was bad. It's because his team sucked. They're like, oh, whatever. Yeah, point shares is fine. It's like it's a very surface level statistic. Phoenix Roadrunners were a WHA team. That is true. I don't know how fun they were or weren't. I should go back and just watch WHA footage. But yeah, he lost because his team was bad. That sucks to me. He should get more votes because his team was bad. Get out of here. Yeah, that stinks. I don't like that at all. He got less votes than freaking Meiker Kiprasov, who played like 40 games that season. Like, let's get a grip here. I don't know. My big hot take, which I don't even know if it's that hot a take, is that Martin Brodeur, especially from the late 2000s on, is criminally overrated. I know he was good. I know he was really good, but come on. They were doing the trap thing. They were still doing the trap thing. I know he was good behind the trap, but they were doing the trap. Where'd Vesatoskala get those votes? Vesatoskala, before he came to Toronto and burst into flames, had a really nice season. Here he is as a backup, playing pretty well. This is really good. Okay, he didn't have that nice a season. He won a bunch of games behind a really good Sharks team. Then he won a bunch of games behind a really good Sharks team. And then a bad Toronto team was like, you know what? I think he'll be good behind us. Yeah, I'm obviously not saying that Brodeur isn't one of the top 5, probably top 3 goalies of all time. But, come on. I don't know about including the playoffs. I think that's interesting. That's a... birthday's Toskill. That's nice. Probably not the same year, I'd assume, but... 20 shots a game, and... Yeah, exactly. Oh, thanks, Sean. That's nice of you to stop in and say hi. But yeah, Oh, sorry, I got completely sidetracked by looking at the Hart voting and seeing Andrew Raycroft. Okay, man. Now, don't. It's just a difference of opinion. I don't think playoffs should be included either, but I think it is an interesting take. You're definitely not 47 years old. Yeah, I didn't assume so. I mean, my analytics say that I don't have a ton of... I have more people who are 47 to 50 or whatever watching my content than I have, like, Gen Alpha kids, like 13 to 17. I don't know. Philly could have had him. Philly gave him away. And it's not even like he was that bad. Like, his stats with Philadelphia, not that bad. Oh, okay, they're pretty bad. But his first year was good. Then he had a bad year, and they gave him away. Yeah, I have to do a video on the Leafs. I think that's... I do have to do a video on the Leafs. It just sheerly because they're so weird. They're a gigantic market. They're really strange. Yeah, Sundin's last kick of the can. Sundin's last kick of the can before he goes running for the hills. Did he? Okay. This reminded me of something. This is not an original thought. This is a Sean McIndoe thing that he's pointed out. Sundin, during his last kick of the can in 2008, which is a great title. I might steal that. Remember Kyle Wellwood? He was big. He was big guy. Going back to the WHA, the New York Golden Blades. Hold on. Hold there, Matt Sundin. Make sure how they were owned by the Ontario Teachers Pension. Oh man, they're a better owner than Harold Ballard. All right, we're looking up real quick. We'll go back to Matt Sundin here in a second. The New York Golden Blades. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, it looks even worse on a guy. Oh, that's horrible. It looks that. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah, those, to be fair, kind of look like the jerseys I wore for my high school team, but they, those are bad, man. Those are not good, my friend. Wow. Anyway. But, real quick. Back to Matt Sundin as we continue to, as our Electric, if you happen to find another horrible jersey amongst the WHA folk, let me know. I will show it on stream. But okay, so what I was going to click on, I would buy that jersey as well. It's cool in a very ugly fashion. It looks like a roller hockey jersey. Okay. So the Messier Leadership Award winners. Let's go back to. So obviously this award is only given out, only voted on by Mark Messier. Mark Messier goes here to a person on a team who he thinks is a good leader. He's never given it to the same person twice. But a lot of times Mark Messier will give the jersey to a guy, and then he will immediately quit on his team and leave. Chris Chelios got it in 2008. 2007. He stuck around. Okay, that's just Messier giving it to his buddy. What happens when Messier dies? I don't know. Probably his kid. Trouba. Well, Trouba's a perfect example because they're trying to kick his ass out of New York as hard as possible. They want him gone to the point where they're slandering his wife to the New York Post, which sucks, by the way. The fact that the Rangers have clearly put out that, oh, I can't believe that Trouba wouldn't waive his no trade clause because of his wife's job as a doctor at a hospital in New York. Like, yeah, man, you gave him the no trade clause. Whatever. It's the most pro Trouba I'll ever be. Leafs era concussion. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that is. I love Tim Connolly. Shout out Tim Connolly. He's a true goat. But yeah, so Trouba's gonna get. He's probably not going to be a Ranger to start next season. You go back. Here's Mark Giordano winning it in 2021. He won't be a Flame for much longer. That's not his fault. I don't blame him. But the two big ones are. Here's. Oh, three. I'll do a few big ones even. Shea Weber, who wins it and immediately gets traded to Montreal. The WHA Philadelphia Blazers. I'm keeping that in my mind. Okay, so Shea Weber wins it and immediately gets traded to Montreal. Daniel Alfredson wins it and immediately quit. Sorry. Hiccup. But immediately quits on the Senators and goes to Detroit. Yeah, no, it's cool. Not waiving your no trade clause because you want your wife to finish her residency. That is cool. That is a good thing to do. And he has said multiple times, like, her career is as important as mine. Like, I'm a hockey player, she's a doctor. And it's like, yeah, dude, that rocks. I like that a lot. And the Rangers are like, I can't believe he's not a real leader because he wouldn't... And by the Rangers, I don't mean Rangers fans. I mostly mean Larry Brooks from the New York Post, who's a renownedly often butthurt guy. But anyway, Danny Alfredson quits on his team immediately after winning the award. He comes back and him and Ottawa make up. And Matt Sundin, same thing, quits on Toronto immediately after winning. Yeah. Okay. We are... That's good. Those are good numbers for Marty Brodeur. But, again, like we said, he's playing behind the trap, so he's facing less shots. That's the whole deal. All right, let's bring up our friends, the Philadelphia Blazers. Drop this here. Okay, well, I think it's the mask that sells it for me here. That's sick. I like that. I like that a lot. The logo is... it looks like it belongs to a national park. Yeah, that's... In action, I'm also looking at the crazy referee get up there in the background. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but... pointing at him back there. Yes, I agree there, anime nerd. I think he's a decent person, which is ultimately what's important. I wish he would stop elbowing people in the freaking head, but fewer shots per 60 minutes he gets than the league average. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry. But yeah, he wasn't facing that many shots. Red and blue refs wearing the long pants. Yeah, it's cool. I think the NHL should do that. Yeah, they shouldn't have given a physical defenseman $56 million. They absolutely should not have. It's their fault. Sorry. And you can complain all you want about the no trade clause, which, okay, sure. But you gave it to him. And he has the right to exercise his no trade clause that you gave him. Sorry, man. Detroit makes the playoffs this year? I think it's possible. Who all did they add? Real quick. I'm gonna... Because they got some guys that... Oh, they just added Vlad today. Yeah, I saw that. Cam Talbot is a backup. That's still going to be... Their goaltending's still going to be the problem. I think that Gustafsson contract looks really great. $2 million for Gustafsson. He played really well for the Rangers for a good portion of the season. Let's see. I'm not... Sorry, Detroit News. I'm not paying $9. Yeah, you gave it to him, Chris Drury. Exactly. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, how are you going to be that... Yeah, unretired Tom. Absolutely. Yeah, Tarasenko for 2 years I think is great. Dumping Wallman and Fabry is weird. I think Wallman's a good defenseman. I understand that he had a tough year last year, but I think he's still good. And also, He does the gritty. I think that's kind of silly. I think that's neat. Yeah, I think Gustafson's a good player. I do think he's a good get. Robbie Fabry to the Ducks. They gave him away for Jack. Funny thing is, Detroit between... That is not very many shots that Detroit's allowing. That's wild. But yeah, back to Trouba, like, you can't... How are you going to be mad at a guy who doesn't want to leave your team? The captain of your team. I can't... Tyler Mott. Good old Tyler Mott. There he is. Tyler Mott. Please, Detroit News, I just want to see who the Red Wings added. Am I going to have to read the Hockey Writers article? Oh, they re-signed Patrick Kane. That's their big deal. I like that. I think he fit really well with them. I think that's good. Is Detroit going all in to win the Cup? I think they're going all in to make the playoffs. That's their whole thing. They would really like to get back into the playoffs. I don't know if they will. I think Cam Talbot's fine. I don't know if you're winning. He was good in Los Angeles, at least the first half of the season last year. Because he made the All-Star team. He was having a really nice year. He just, like... I don't know. He's an older guy. They have Ville Husso. I don't know. Red Wings people. The Penguins want rid of Tristan Jarry. Would straight up the Penguins trade Tristan Jarry? Stop it. The Penguins trade Tristan Jarry for Ville Husso, because then they get out from Jarry's contract and they take Husso for a year, and the Red Wings get a better goalie. I think that would be okay for them. 1 point away from being a wild card team. Yeah. Is the East going to be that bad again? Yeah, describing Roslovic as a checking line forward. I like Jack Roslovic. I don't know if he's a checking line forward. I think he's a better as an offensive guy. But yeah, they were 1 point away from being a wild card team in just... The East was so bad. I don't... Did anybody above them get any... Like, did anybody below them get better? Which... No, not really. Did anybody immediately above them get a lot worse? No, not really. Like, they're still better than Ottawa. They're still better than... They'll probably be better than Pittsburgh. But they're chasing Washington. Yeah, the worst division in a while. Yeah, it was ugly. They're chasing Washington, who had an awesome offseason so far. Other than I'm not sold on the Dubois acquisition. 10 Capitals. Free agent. But I think give Cam Talbot some support. I just want to see their additions. Yeah, we'll click on this one. Yeah, Chychrun and Matt Roy, I think. Yeah, put them in. John Carlson's kind of cooked. Rasmus Sandin's fine. Pretty good even. Martin Ferravari's fine. Nick Jensen. Well, they traded Nick Jensen for Chychrun. And then they signed Roy. Yeah, I like the PLD trade for the Kings. Yeah, Pinholes Graham brought up on his Twitter, and I think it was smart, that they are... If it doesn't work out, it's not like they're going to be good in 5 years anyway, or 4 years anyway. Yeah, Buffalo is finally committed to the youth movement. I think they'll... One of those teams has to get good eventually, right? Like, one of Detroit or Buffalo or Ottawa has to eventually be good, right? Yeah. It is strange that Darcy Kemper just decided that he sucked for real. He was good for most of his career, and he won his cup, signed for big money in Washington, and then has sucked ever since. Are they going with who is Charlie Lindgren as their number one this year? They added somebody. I forget who. I like Duhaime. He's a good player. Oh, they added Mangiapane. Jeez, they got a lot better. Logan Thompson. Okay. Yeah, Logan Thompson. Yeah, poor Zemgus Girgensons finally... He signed in Tampa, I think. Yeah. Finally gave up on it all. But yeah, I like Logan Thompson. I think he's a decent goalie. He wasn't great last season, but he's been fine. I think fine is okay for the Capitals. I don't think Charlie Lindgren's going on another Linsanity run here. But I think Logan Thompson's alright. I don't know if that's gonna win the cup. Their forwards, like Ovechkin, was really good at the end of last season, helped them get into the playoffs, but before that he was looking awful cooked. But I don't know, we'll see with them. I think they had a really great offseason. I think they're moving in a really good direction for them. I don't know if they're gonna... Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they're gonna win the cup, but it would be good to see Girgensons in the playoffs. I would like that. Yeah, cheap 3-year deal. I mean, the guy just would like to play in the playoffs, I think. I think that's the goal. Former Sabre. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 25 goals. I think that's a totally reasonable prediction. 25 goals, or even 30, I think is within reason. How many did he end up with this past year? Yeah, 31, and let's see, second half of the year. Sorry, I'm so used to clicking over here. From game... It looks like he started scoring in game 44 on. Yeah, he had 23 goals in the last 36 games of the season. That'll work. That's what they need. I don't know if he's going to go on a scoring bender like that, but we'll see. If I was a Capitals fan, which I'm very much not, all right, I'd be really happy with their offseason. All right, let's do one more grid, and then we'll say goodnight here for our little time here together. Let's do. I don't know. This one's kind of boring looking. Let's find a good one. I like ones with like adjectives as opposed to just all teams. Come on. Okay, this'll work. I'll smash my pop shield. 30-win season for the Canucks. I think Dan Cloutier did it. I think Alex Auld might have done it. I know, obviously, our good friend Roberto Luongo did it. 30-win season for the Flames. Mike Vernon comes to mind. I wonder if Big Save Dave got to 30 wins when he was playing there. That's the question of our time. Gary Smith for Canucks 30 wins. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, McLean would work too. Yep. Let's go with Gary Smith. Yeah. Let's go, Gary Smith. McLean would have absolutely worked too. I I forget that he exists. I've thought about making a video on the 94 Canucks and labeling it the good guys lost. Because the league talks about Roman Turek, absolutely. Because the league talks about the 94 Rangers ad infinitum. Like, they talk about them all the time. Which, I have no hate for the 94 Rangers. But that Canucks team was a lot of fun. And I love Pavel Bure. So I've thought about making a video about that Canucks team. And talking about how they were the real heroes. 300 wins in a career. The Dominator, obviously. But let's think of a more recent gentleman who stopped in. And that would be our good friend, Craig Anderson, who I'm sure had 300 wins. Yeah. I'm sure Dominic Hasek ate out a bunch of that. Canucks video start in 91-92. Yeah. Also, Bure's rookie year. The Canucks are also a very interesting team. I think there's a ton to cover with that team. Yeah. Flames Bruins. I think again. Didn't Big Save Dave end up on the Bruins? Semi-recently? I don't know if he played at all. Flames... Sabres... 300 wins in a 30-win season. 300 wins is not that many, but it's a fair amount. I'm trying to think who has a decent amount of wins. I think... Who's a goalie who was pretty good for a long time? Dan Vladar is who I'm thinking of, not Dave Riddick. Let's go with Dan Vladar. Yeah. I get them confused. It's the goalie going the other way. Yeah, Dan Vladar. Or Vladosh, I think is how his name's pronounced in Czech. Big Vancouver doesn't want you to know that Kirk McLean was actually pretty bad most of his career. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he went to the Rangers eventually and was their third goalie behind cooked Mike Richter and Guy Hebert. Famously American Guy Hebert. Shout out. Alright, 300 wins for the Bees. 300 wins for the Bees. Tuukka Rask. Oh, Javi Bulin. Let's throw him in there. He definitely got to 300 wins. There's no question in my mind. Yeah, that's a good pull. I like that. 300 wins for the Bruins. Tuukka Rask. Let's try and do somebody other than that. I bet Manny Fernandez got there. Dang. He did not. I've ruined it. Fine, we'll put Tuukka Rask. But I'm not happy about it. 76%. Boo. It sucks. How many wins did Manny Fernandez have? It's got to be close. I don't want the wrestler. Nor do I want the Bing AI. Nor do I want Football Reference. Please. Oh, he only had 143. Tough. I've blown it. Should have done Jerry Cheevers. Who's a good Canuck Bruin other than our buddy Elias Lindholm? He doesn't. I don't think he counts yet. Yeah, Manny Fernandez pretty good in his prime. He won 2 Jennings trophies. I think mostly as a backup, but he still won 2 of them. Flame to Sabre. Andy Moog. Oh, Andy Moog would have been good. Guy Bear was really good. Really good. for some really horrible Ducks teams, Tim Schaller. Nice pull. I like Tim Schaller. He was in the Penguins organization for a couple seconds. McGillney. Let's go McGillney. Yeah. All right. So 300 career wins for the Bruins. Let's check this list out here. Okay, this is just 300 career wins. I want specifically for the Bruins, please. Fine. I have a subscription to StatEd. I'll do it myself. Yeah, thanks. I know how much I pay. It's very weird that that's what they ask you. Drury was a Flame. Yeah. Team filters, team, all franchises, Bruins. Get results. Wait, was it just Tuukka Rask? No chance. Whatever. Oleg Tverdovsky. Wait, hold on. Oleg Tverdovsky. He played for the Ducks, Coyotes, Hurricanes. What happened in 04 to Oleg Tverdovsky? You go to Russia? He did? Oh. Yeah, he did. He went to Avangard. Alright. Well, I think that was a nice little return to streaming here for us here, gang. It was a lot of fun to have you guys stop in, hang out for a little while. Here, I'll pull the mic out of my face. But yeah, it was really good to have you guys stop in here for a little while, hang out, remember some guys. That's the primary reason that I do this channel and do the streams is to remember some guys. But yeah, I'm as always really glad, really appreciative for everybody who stops by, checks out the channel, sends videos to their friends or whatever. Any way that you guys acknowledge the channel, whether it's watching or stopping in for streams or whatever, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys a lot. I'm very thankful to get to hang out. But yeah, I'm hoping that we have this community, however small it is. I'm very thankful for the couple thousand people who subscribe, and for the 10 or 15 or 20 who stop in for streams. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I'm really thankful for it. But I'm really thankful for you guys. I hope you guys know that. And I'm hoping to put out another video before too long. But yeah, thank you guys. I will see you guys soon. Yeah, always feel free to reach out to me on whatever Discord. I'm in Graham's Discord, or you can find me on Twitter or whatever. Cool. All right. Peace, guys. I'll talk to you soon. I'll stream again soon. It won't be a friggin' 3-month hiatus this time. Cool. All right. I'm bad at